4C Fitness to 4C Life, Episode 5, The More You Know. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Lisa.
Today we wanted to record a quick episode, though knowing us, it probably won't be quick, with a few updates since we last filmed.
Yes, when we last left you, we were waiting for the results of Michelle's embryos, and I was gearing up to start IVF.
And since we left you, we've got some results and updates to share, which may leave you saying, I'm sorry. What? Like, what?
I know.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. Like, what?
I'm sorry. Wait. What?
I'm sorry. Just a minute. Wait. Huh?
What did you just say?
Yep. That's what you may be feeling, because that's what we're saying and feeling.
Yes, for sure.
But first, today we are wearing our Hooray For shirts. Hooray for Life.
Hooray for miracles.
Which was started by Amanda Klutz and her sister Anna. And we will explain the significance of these later. I know that during COVID, Amanda's been through a lot. Obviously, anyone who kind of has been following, obviously her husband Nick passed away. And so in the interim, her and her sister started this business. And we are so proud to be wearing these today. And we'll share a little bit more about the significance to us later on.
Yes, definitely.
So now on to Lisa. Lisa is fully sporting sweatpants with an elastic band as we speak. But that's for us to know, not for you. Showing a little leg. She's 50. Book 'em, Dano. So
I don't even know how I was able to do that without feeling any pain. I guess everything is ready to go.
With that, you have your retrieval tomorrow. I'm actually really impressed that we're filming right now.
I know.
I have to tell you, you're kind of a rock star. You were giving me all the props last time, but you are a rock star yourself.
Mitch,
so
you barely could tell you were going through it.
I'm very proud. So how, fill us in. How has your experience been thus far?
So thus far it has been good. I mean, you did a great job with the injections.
Thank you. I had a tough act to follow there.
You really did a great job. And it was definitely a lot going back and forth to the doctor. I mean, by the time we hit the weekend, we were there every single day. From this past weekend till today and tomorrow. So that was a lot. But everyone at CCRM is so great. So we really appreciate everything they're doing to help us get through this. And I didn't feel many side effects from the medication, actually, which we were all kind of very nervous that the hormones were going to hit me hard, and they didn't.
I was relieved.
I know. My mind is blown.
But also very surprised.
I know. I'm shocked because the estrogen patch threw me so hard.
I don't know if we mentioned, too, on the last episode, that one of the things is you put the patch on in the morning.
Right.
And I always did my patch at night. So I didn't feel anything. But wondering if you would have done it at night, if you would have really felt anything.
It's true.
And you ended up switching to nighttime. And I think it got better after that.
Yeah.
But that first day was definitely rough.
That was crazy.
Yeah.
So I mean, now I'm just swollen and bloated in my lower abdomen, and it's a little sore if I do certain things, if I bend a certain way or whatnot. But that was really more the last 2 days. Today has been not so bad. Either that or I've gotten used to it and I'm just not freaking out about it anymore.
And you're wearing sweatpants more.
And I'm wearing sweatpants a lot. I don't know. I kind of miss my yoga pants, but I could probably do this forever. Anyway, I think, so that has been my experience so far.
I mean, you've got what we've heard, at least 10 follicles that are full size.
Yes.
And as you said, walking around wasn't hard, but you could feel a little heaviness, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And...
Oh, yeah.
And... Yeah. I have brain farts, big time.
Which is really funny because it's not that uncommon for our little Lisa.
No, this is different.
I know. Because
it's different.
Talking to one of our best friends before this, and she was literally like, Lisa, that's always you.
No, this was different. I mean, I was at the parking garage with 2 coffees in my hand crying because I couldn't find Michelle. And I was like, where did you go? I told you I was going to get the coffee and that I would come to you.
I'm at 52nd Street. And she was like, Oh, I came in the 51st Street entrance.
Where are you? Okay. But anyway, so my memory has been a little off, but
more so than normal, which is a lot.
Yeah. So you don't even want to know.
I will say too, we did make, even though the mornings were rough and exhausting, and like I feel like my eyes are actually half open right now.
Yeah, it's been a lot for you.
We did make the most of it though. Every morning we got Gregory's coffee.
Yeah, we did.
And what is it called? A vegan bar.
Are you okay?
Brain fart.
Exhaustion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Totally.
So we did make the best of it.
We did make the best of it.
Yes.
And so gearing up for your retrieval tomorrow, how are you feeling about anticipated results, like going through the procedure?
I'm feeling good, I mean, I'm definitely excited. There's a lot of excitement behind it, and now there's also some cautious optimism as well. So I just can't wait for them to be out of me, because I mean, it's only been 12 days of weird things going on in my abdomen area, and so now I can't even imagine what pregnancy is like. I just can't.
I think you're gonna be fine.
Yeah, it's like, of course, like as you're going through it, it's
right.
like, one day at a time, one step at a time. But it's just been so interesting. This whole thing has just been really mind blowing. So yeah. So I can't wait. It's fascinating.
It is very, very fascinating. And Lisa kind of alluded to a cautious optimism. So we will now go into the results that everyone has been waiting for.
Dun, dun, dun.
So Dr. Levine called us last Thursday with an update on my embryos. So yes, we unfortunately got some surprising news. The 4 embryos that I had, the 2-day 5 blastocysts, the 2-day 6 blastocysts, looked great in the lab, right? They were highly graded. Like, everyone was really excited. So we were thinking nothing but good. We really just wanted to know, do we have boys or girls?
Yeah.
Like, we didn't think anything else, would come back. Our
right.
genetic testing, my genetic testing is clean. The donor's genetic testing is clean. Nothing out of the norm has ever run in my family. So Dr. Levine called on Thursday, and he didn't sound great. It was 9:00 at night on a Thursday, and I know him, and he definitely is like me. He doesn't really hide the way he feels. And so I was like, oh, this is not going to be good news. So the genetic testing, unfortunately, on all 4 embryos came back abnormal. So what does that mean? Some of them had an extra chromosome. Some of them had missing chromosomes. One of them actually had a deletion and addition. So it like balanced out, but it wasn't it was the right number, but it wasn't the right chromosomes.
The right kind.
The right combo.
Right.
So it's fascinating, as Lisa said. Luckily for us, Dr. Levine studied genetics, so this is the kind of thing that he loves and is really jazzed by. And we're very lucky. He was jazzed about the genetics. He wasn't jazzed about the news.
No,
but
yeah.
I love Dr. Levine.
Information.
He'd be the first one to say he's a nerd.
Yeah,
yeah.
I even
we were jazzed by
as he was
learning.
Talking about it, I literally was taking notes. And like I was transcribing the call, and it was
fascinating,
just incredible.
Hence the name of our episode, The More You Know. Ding. So, no, but not all joking aside. 2 of the embryos would have been miscarriages, and 2 would have been unhealthy children. So I will say it was definitely surprising. It was definitely disappointing, but in true Michelle form, it took me a minute. So let's be honest. Like, I don't normally easily feel feelings. I'm very positive, and I like to kind of keep things moving. But I definitely felt it. Like, and I could feel like tension in myself, and I could feel disappointment, and it was just like kind of someone took the air out of my bubble, out of my balloon, so to speak. So it was like, wow, the time, the money, like everything we went through with IVF, and like we're sharing this journey with all of you, and it's exciting, and we think positive, but with that, you also have to be really honest when the disappointments happen, because part of this is that we want to take like the mystique away.
Right.
We want to normalize these conversations. Like, guys, like, honestly, sorry, I said guys, y'all, honestly, like, it's not that deep. It's like nothing to be ashamed of, it's not like taboo. Like, it's a normal scientific process of life that like God gave us in our bodies.
Actually,
to create.
Hey, listen, some people are proponents of science.
Right.
And some are not.
Right.
So I understand. But if you're into it, literally the more you know, the more you're like, wow.
It's literally genetics. Like,
this is like, and it is a true miracle when people have babies. And some people don't even realize it. So this has really, and it's like infertility, is a real thing for so many couples, so many people. And it's important. And like for people to know there's actually probably more working against you than for you.
Yeah, it is.
And if I'm even saying that right.
No, it's right. It's a true miracle. Like, more people have a hard time than not. So, like, we have an interesting situation because, like, we're a same-sex couple. So we need to use science, right? We have a couple of friends who, like, did science at home and it worked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So congrats to them. And that's like amazing. Mm-hmm. But for us, like, we always knew it would be, done through a doctor, and we were lucky to find Dr. Levine. So we are not, when you go into it, considered infertile. And Dr. Levine said that right off the bat. Just because you're a same-sex couple doesn't mean that you have a fertility problem. It means, what did he say? You have like a
handicap or
something? A logistical problem. Like, you just don't have the sperm, right? So it's interesting. So we knew with me, having been polycystic, that there was a great chance that there could be issues, right? But in my heart of hearts, like, knowing my Nana had 6 kids, my mom had me and my sister, like, no issues ever. My sister had my nephews, like, every woman in my family, my grandmother had my dad and my uncle, like, has always been fertile. Like, I was like, oh, I'm going to be fine, PCOS or not. And, with all of this, I spent a long time getting my PCOS under control, and so thinking it's going to be great. So anyway, coming down to it, we get the results, and, Dr. Levine said it is very much due to your age, probably also your PCOS. Now, I'm only 38. Like, I'm not that old. You know what I mean? Women older have gotten pregnant. But because I'm polycystic and I don't ovulate as regularly, it's quite possible that I have a lot of eggs that just don't drop. And so quality becomes an issue because they're not, I guess, being refreshed, every 28 days. So there could have been a lot of eggs in there that just weren't great quality. But at the end of the day, he said that the medication protocol for my first round was just too harsh. And so my eggs reacted poorly. Right. And so, to be honest, we don't assume that this will happen to Lisa. We assume that everything will be normal for her. But it is kind of an unknown that we really didn't even know that
we had no idea that could be a thing.
Yeah, that there's all different protocols. So, what's the plan? And I know there's probably a little bit I've missed on our notes here. But I will now pause. I will go into my second round of IVF next month. My medication protocol will be completely different. It will be microdosing, and it will be much gentler on my eggs. And because I had the quantity, it likely means that I did not have the quality, because quality is more important than quantity. Now, Lisa, for this round, has about 10 eggs. I had 16. So we're thinking, because of that, she's likely got the quality. Fingers crossed for sure. Yeah. So for me, next round, I will probably have fewer eggs, but they will be higher quality. Right. So it's also crazy, and it's also interesting. There's so much to learn, but that's kind of where we're at. So, several people have also asked us, would you consider Lisa going now first instead? And so for us, it's kind of just been like, we knew that for me it would be probably difficult, so we wanted to get it out of the way.
100%.
And so we also wanted to get Lisa's eggs or embryos frozen so that they're ready. But yeah, I will say that if in December we do a transfer, we don't get the news we expect and we still see issues, absolutely, like, there's a chance we could switch, right? But like we have the option, so thank God for that. So at the end of the day, like it was disappointing and it was sad, but I would have, and we would have gone through so much more if I got pregnant and didn't know the genetic results and then had a miscarriage, not once but twice.
Right.
Or got pregnant and had a baby that couldn't be carried to term because of a severe disability. So that, I mean, I can't even fathom what women go through, what families go through, what parents go through, you know, in bringing these, in having these situations, right? So I will say we got lucky. So to me, it's a miracle that we were able to know this. So like I said, I'm glad we kind of addressed like normalizing the fertility conversation. It's really important.
It is important. And, you know, along with this is the, you know, mental health aspect.
Yeah.
You have to take care of yourself. You definitely, this whole process is more than just, you know, bottles of medication and needles and going to the doctor and waiting for results. Like, you have to take care of yourself. We've definitely done our share of meditating. We've done our share of, you know, teletherapy throughout all this. And, you know, it's important. You have to take care of yourself, mind and body.
It's definitely interesting. And I will say that, like, even though I look at the bright side and what's the next step, like this time I'm just tired. You know, I'm just tired. And so being aware of that more, and you're tired. We're both just tired.
Oh my God, I'm exhausted. And hopefully nobody's see me like yawning behind my mouth. I'm tired.
And then there's like the other side of it, like the timeline, which of course you can plan. Like Lisa said, plan. And, you know, I've talked about, I'm going to have my Aries and my Taurus and my Leo. Now I'm going to have a perfect little Virgo. Fingers crossed.
Hopefully.
You know, like, and so I've come to believe, like, I can plan all I want, but you know what? I'm going to get what I'm meant to get. So it's been definitely, you know, quite a journey. And I will say, like, you know, I definitely, like I said, accept and felt that sucked. But, you know, I am relieved and grateful that it didn't suck as bad as it could have.
I felt the same way.
Yeah.
You know, I was definitely I feel like visibly upset at first.
We both very quickly looked at the bright side, though, because I think we know what we were saved. We did, in a way, get lucky. So what is it? It's a little extra time. It's a little extra money. We're very grateful for the insurance and everything we have. So, you know, we know that what's meant to be will be, and it'll all work out.
Yes.
So, but with that, as Lisa mentioned, taking care of yourself is important. So there's definitely ways to reduce stress, right? So today we pulled up from the 4th day in a row of going down to the doctor. And because of COVID, we're not taking public transportation, so we're taking our car, and we're very blessed and lucky to even have a car that's ginormous that we park in Harlem. So we pulled up at home, and like, my job is crazy. I'm on calls all day from like 9 till at least 6, right? And so poor Lisa, most days is like stuck having to move the car. So thankfully there's only alternate sides 2 days, but when you get back at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Because of COVID, no less.
When you get back at 10 o'clock in the morning, there's no spot. So I was at my wit's end today. Like, I was at the end of 2 hours of calls from the car.
Yes, from the car, literally. Pulled up to the doctor's appointment, and I was like.
And so I was like, I'm done. And so I looked at the corner where we have a parking lot, and I was like, let's get that number. Let's call them right now. Let us just splurge. And let's do it. So that's it. No more stress. We can take the car whenever, wherever, and just pull into the lot. And as my therapist said, it's an investment.
It is an investment in our mental health.
It really is. So yeah, obviously
it drives us insane.
It does.
It's so time consuming. Now, things have changed. Our priorities have changed. What we need has changed. We didn't need it before. It is now a need. It is not a want. It is a need.
It is a both want and a need.
It is more a need.
A need out of necessity, for sure, which is the same word. So very important. And also just finding balance, right? So I literally, since I'm telling you a bit about my therapy session today, since we're normalizing mental health, not anything to be ashamed of.
The more you know.
The more you know. I talked about my struggle with balance, you know, and it definitely comes down to also the struggle of just like relaxing, like we talked about last episode, letting yourself off the hook, you know? And so what does that look like? The other night I wanted to get on the Peloton and I was shot. And I was like, not tonight. And I actually did something else for myself that was actually restorative and nurturing instead. So that was important for my mental health, you know. And then last night I was able to work out and it felt great. So I think I said to myself, I might only get 3 days this week, but 3 days is better than nothing. So seeing it in a different perspective is really important.
100%.
I think having the lifelong struggle, like Lisa and I always talk about, how like it has a deeper meaning. It's given us the opportunity to share our story with others and inspire others, and it's showed me like who I am and like how strong that we are, like what we're capable of.
It's insane what we're capable of, and that follows through to this whole journey too.
Absolutely.
And this journey is just like, you know, changing your body and getting stronger, you know, in a, you know, physical sense, and losing weight. It's all mental and physical at the same time. And
I think slowing down is hard for us.
Yes, totally. COVID
both
definitely gave us a chance to get used to it.
Right. And the IVF journey has forced us to slow down. Mm-hmm. And like we both have this mentality that we have to work out 24/7 and eat nothing in order to see results. And like it's just simply a little bit true, but it's also simply unrealistic.
So we have to become happy with what we've got and be grateful.
Absolutely. So
because we are very grateful.
How did you feel during your IVF journey the last couple of weeks not being able to work out?
It's been, you know, great. Only in terms of I wasn't hounding myself. I couldn't hound myself to do it. You know what I mean? Because I do a lot of high intensity stuff, and I just wanted to. I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just chill. You know, I was active and just like, you know, lay around like a slug, but
slug.
I wasn't slugging around, but you know, it wasn't about like, oh, I have to do this. I have to work out. I have to get on the Peloton. You know, we ate well.
We were pretty cognizant.
We were very, very...
We had a couple of little treats.
Right. Nothing major.
No.
Right? We made our apple protein muffins. They tasted like something out of an Entenmann's package. Don't ask me how. Don't even ask me how. I made that whole recipe up practically.
Message us if you want the recipe.
Yes, message us. And I made the apple chips, and we had some homemade popcorn. So we did we did a couple of things, nothing crazy, but just being able to tell myself that it was okay to not do. And that meant even stuff around the house, because Michelle was like, please let me do more. I mean, she did so much laundry the other day.
Oh my God.
And I was
like
freaking out that I had to just sit down.
It was literally taller than me walking it to
the laundromat. We've just been so busy.
Yeah, it was amazing.
But anyway, so you know what? I think I have to start looking at it differently once I'm able to start working out again. I just have to just be gentle with myself and just do it. Like, it doesn't have to be a chore. Anyhow, that's my take.
It literally doesn't. Like, it literally can be, you know, like a low impact 30-minute something
I enjoy.
Taking even a walk, you know, just like something just to get the endorphins up. And fun fact, when you think about the fact of like the comfort of food, it actually releases endorphins, and you can get the same endorphins when you exercise. And I find that when I exercise, like
totally
I'm not hungry or like don't need to eat. Mm-hmm. So not to say that I'm saying you should exercise and replace eating at all. Not saying to be unhealthy, but I'm saying that you can still get some nice endorphins and comforting things from doing something nice. Like Sunday, we had a nice little adventure, you know, things like that. So generally, we do apologize if any of this was a bit rambly. We are definitely tired, but this really has been, like we said, truly a journey. I'm actually wearing a necklace that I got for my birthday that says "Trust the Journey," and I will say that every time I wear it, it does make me feel comforted and supported. And I think every day, you know, that reminder that this is truly a journey, and these little ones are going to be well worth it, even though they're already giving moms a run for our money. Literally. Thanks kids.
Yeah, no, a true journey, and it's, again, like I said, very clear that having a baby is a true miracle. Which is, again, why we are sporting our Hooray 4 shirts, because It's all about perspective, you know, throughout these life-changing days that we're going through, and having gratitude for things, no matter how big, no matter how small. And we are definitely very, very grateful.
Definitely. And we hoped to wear these shirts when we had big news to share.
Yeah.
But instead today we're sharing perspective. And we definitely, you know, we celebrate the fact that we get to live this life and the miracles of it every day, as well as our little future miracles. So there's really no reason to wait for a special occasion. That, you know, there's really indeed something to say hooray for every day. And we think it's really cool that Amanda and Anna have shared this with the world, along with supporting really great causes in the meantime.
The proceeds for the shirts
Yeah.
go to all different, you know, charitable causes. This miracle shirt goes to Make-A-Wish. Hooray for Life goes to COVID-19 research and support. So, and they have a couple of different ones that all, you know, support, again, great charitable causes. So
And, like,
thank you guys.
yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you, ladies. And overall, the general attitude of gratitude is really what, you know, Lisa and I try to keep in our daily lives. #daily gratitude. So with that attitude of gratitude, thank you so much to everyone who reached out with support and
Thank you
positivity
all.
over the last few months. We really do look forward to another new next leg of our journey, another IVF retrieval for me, a future transfer for me, obviously a future transfer for Lisa, seeing how things go for her tomorrow. But without all of your support, you know, without the support of you
And you.
and our family and our friends, we definitely would not be able to be getting through this as easily as we are.
Yeah.
You know, it really hasn't been terrible.
We are very, very lucky.
We're very lucky. So if you have questions, comments, anything you want to see
Yes.
more of, message us.
Please message us. Next topics, of course, will be more on the IVF process in terms of embryo transfer and anything else we may have left out. Not sure how we could have. But, you know, weight loss pre and during pregnancy and what you can do, and, you know, nutrition, supplements, mental health, not using food as comfort. That is something that we really, really want to get into talking about.
Definitely.
Because we really, really will do that.
So much fun stuff to share. So thank you all again, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.